All right, up next is Adam with. Oh my God, I'll let you tell the time.
Yeah. I need to rap music now. Okay, here's one thing. You guys turn off your phones. I'm leaving my phone on because if I have to leave and my phone rings, my wife can go into labor at any point in time as of now. So just let you know that. And the name of my talk is Being Gangster on Your Wi-Fi, How to Cheat on Your Wi-Fi to Help Your Neighbor Out. So that's a key point that we're helping someone out and we're not doing this on something that you were not authorized to do it on yet. A little bit about me. My name's Adam. I go by Twizzler. I'm a senior systems whatever. I got a degree in some stuff, and let's get on with the talk. Nothing new on these slides or really anything new under the sun. It's all been done before, but at the same time, I just want to educate the people that might not know about what some of this stuff is. And a lot of this, don't hate me, is kind of script kiddie. And so I'm going to talk in depth about this other page, which is a warning, educational research purposes only. I'm not responsible for misuse, failure to follow the laws in your country or state, blah, blah, blah. Activities related to the material are solely your responsibility. Don't be dumb. Again, the first person that was ever charged with a Wi-Fi cyber-related crime was Albert Gonzalez, the soup Nazi. He did the TJX Corporation credit card scheming hack, and he's spending 20 in the trend. So don't do this unless you're authorized. So some of the stuff we're going to talk about, Wi-Fi is everywhere. We obviously know it's everywhere. It's in everything. But some of the things that we don't know about are the little default items that are stuck in your routers for WPS. So let's go over some cool hardware that I use to do some of this testing. One of these is a key antenna. This one does about 15 dBi. If you stick one of these at DEF CON out your window, or if you live in a big city and you're in New York or something like that, we got Wi-Fi routers. There's about 7 of them up here. Anybody that has Sure West, this is your one that's default from Sure West. If you might utilize that service, fair warning. And here's a little key antenna, a little one. This is omnidirectional. It's pretty good. And then I would recommend if you're using Kali Linux. Son of a gun. This right here is an Alpha card. It's a USB card. It's probably one of the best ones for backtracks, but I wouldn't recommend it anymore. And thanks to one of our members in here, whom I know will not go into too much detail, Mr. Joel. What we want to use is a TP-Link high gain, and this is what I use to do all of the penetration testing. So I would recommend, not that I have any affiliation with TP-Link, but this one will work with Kali straight out of the bag for doing the nefarious fun that we're helping people out doing because we own it. What's the deal? So I'm going to talk about how to do WPA2, WPA, WPS. The thing about these hacks are, hey, we could do these hacks and able to run, but WPS cracking, it'll take about 8 hours on a Core 7 processor. This is going to take some time. And then you're brute forcing on the WPA stuff, so it's as good as your dictionary. But most people aren't going to be really having the cryptic stuff. Some of the members in our room, that's a different story. So what do you need? Some of the tools that we're going to talk about, Airman NG, we're not going to go very much detail on that. Wifite. This is AP Finder Cracker, does WPS search. Wi-Fi Honey is an honorable mention. One of the cool ones is Reaver, if anybody saw some movie that might ring a bell. And then there's Fern WIFI Cracker and Trid. I'm going to start going fast because I don't have that much time, so I'm going to talk like we're not sure. Hey, but give me $1. Okay, so Airman NG, what does it do? It enables monitor mode, packet capture, dumping handshake captures, that kind of stuff. It's not that cool. Beacon frames, probes, authentication, associations. Let's get to the good stuff. So WPS, what was it? It was for a Wi-Fi protected setup, and it was basically used for getting your printer, for getting it on the Wi-Fi. Now, as of the wiki page that I just read, in 2014, some networks using the standard could fail for brute force attacks. Even Wikipedia has it out now. So WPS, once again, is for grandma to get on the router. So grandma, we love you, but love you, we can't do this at home. So basically what it is you're pushing 2 buttons right here. After you do the 2-button push, Over here, it kind of works like Bluetooth, and then you can get on your Wi-Fi. Let's get to the races. So let's say that this is your stuff, and you have some lady that lives in your building, and you're in a skyrise, and she forgot her WPA password, and it's over the holidays, and Acme Network Company installed it in her attic, so you're helping her out. And this lady, why do I have her on here? This is Heidi Lamar. She's spectrum frequency hopping. She invented it. So she was also an actress and mathematician in the 30s. Hopefully someday my own daughter will be like this lady, because she's amazing. So clap for her, because that's what we're using to do this talk on. You're going to need a Wi-Fi card that can perform promiscuous mode, ESSID, basic service identifier, some of this stuff, but we'll go on. So WPS hacking. Basically what it is Reaver, this guy named Craig Hefner. He was the genius behind this, and there was another Swedish guy that figured it out. So when you're doing the WPS hack, there's the first little 4-digit number and the second. And there's 11,000 possibilities that happen. But what it does is it actually sends it the first 4 and then the second 4. So it doesn't do all of the numbers at once. It does a chunk and then another chunk. So basically you're getting owned, and Reaver came from the movie Serenity. If anybody watched Firefly, you know the Reavers, the people eaters, well, this is the Wi-Fi eater. And so what is it doing? It's basically, well, before you do any of this, you want to change your Mac. Not that you're going to do this on anything you don't own, and you'd use AirMon NG, and you'd use this Reaver tool. You go into the monitor interface, your BSSID, because you're helping the lady out that's upstairs. And it's going to look something like this, and you're going to do Reaver, the interface, the BSSID, the Mac, and then you're going to start sending some beacon frames. And after you send these beacon frames, it'll start, not beacon frames, just packages, but anyways, it'll start trying numbers, and then it'll receive the numbers, and it's going to do 4, 4, 4, and in about 7 hours, you're going to crack it. All of the different routers that I have here, every one of them was popped. I was able to get every one of them. And if you start looking and using Reaver and some of these other ones to go out and look for networks that have WPS enabled, well, in my home network, just looking around what was around my house, there were 55 different items that were available to do this. So this is the command line way, and then you go and there's WPS, and it keeps trying, and it gets to 90%, and that was one of the ones that I own, because it took 7 hours, so I did it on my own stuff. Please note that the WPS Reaver attack takes a long time, and MAC filtering. So you're saying, well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to have MAC filtering and some other stuff. If somebody's trying to do this, they're not going to get to me. As long as you can see that the Roku box or something else is out there, you can start capturing handshakes and doing some other things like that, and you'll see their MAC address, and so that they're getting owned as well. So this is a pretty good one. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about some washing stuff, but then we're going to go into what's scary about this. So using the wash command, you can do some fun stuff like seeing what's out there, and it's all default in Kali, it's all installed for you. Another good one when you're trying to help someone out with Wi-Fi, because this is stuff that you're using to help someone, not that you're doing something nefarious and you all own this stuff, is Wifite. And basically this is one that you use to brute force through a dictionary attack. And this is so easy that you just do it on the command line, type in this little command right here, and it'll start spitting out information about what access points have WPA, WPS enabled. And so now we're going to try to do something with some WPA hacking. So you've got this nice long cryptic password, and we've got something out there called attack netgear SecKC, so that's one of the routers. And they have WPS, and they have a pretty cryptic password. And remember, this is only as good as your dictionary file. So get inventive, start using some Perl scripts. If anybody writes Perl or Python or whatever you want, and get some badass dictionary files. And you can start popping boxes. In about 35 minutes, I had a nice long password of SecKC long password. And it just does it for you. There's no intervention from you. You don't have to be very smart. So start worrying about the neighbor kid across the street that's been playing in his bedroom too much. And his parents put in some kind of router that made it so they couldn't get on bad sites on his own network, so now he's going out to yours. And as a bonus, the Wifite, it also does WPS hacking for you, so it can do the PIN as well. So this is just a default one. It's Wifite. I like it. I recommend it. But now for the grand finale, there's this, and I love this. I even put the heart at the top, because this one's Fern WIFI Cracker, and it's kind of a newer one in Cali. It's been around, but Basically, you don't have to know any of your Airmon NG stuff. Now, let me repeat that you should know how to do Airmon, you should know how to do all of this. But this does it for you. And this is so that the script kiddie down the street just puts in the interface that's active. So one of the Wi-Fi cards I showed you, you just pick the drop-down box. It'll say, yeah, I'm here. Let's start doing some hacking. Then it'll tell you if you have WEP enabled, WPA enabled, or WPS. It's going to do some damage. It's written in Python, a little Qt4. And it's really for backend of the suite of tools of Airmon and G, if you're familiar with those. But you get a nice display page that looks like this. There's my attack link sys. I can see my...
Oh, you just cracked it?
Negative, soldier. Man down. We got contact. Anyway, so we got an ESSID, we got a BSSID, and we're going to do a regular attack. And it's going to go through my dictionary that I chose over here. And this is literally your mouse click, click, click. Grandma, who was here earlier in the page, could do this. And you're going to start popping boxes pretty fast through your routers, and then you can go do some other nefarious stuff. And here in the end, this one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, just for demonstration purposes. But you get the idea. It's that simple. We're not talking something that's very hard that the average Joe's not going to be able to do. If you live in an apartment complex, start worrying that the computer guy that's kind of does it on the side down the street is now trying to get into your access points. So where's the action? Kicking it old school, you had to do all this stuff and know reverb commands, you had to do the wash commands, you had to wait all this time, and hopefully you didn't get out of your bash shell and things like that. And then you had to do some things like AirPlay and G and redo all of this. Now with Fern WIFI Cracker, it's all automated. You've done nothing. You just open it up and it's over. Game over. So, conclusion, this is kind of where it's at and what it's gotten to. It's a whole lot easier. And again, don't do this unless you own the device or the item. So, once again, remember the AKA Soup Nazi who's doing 20 in the pen. A little Fern WIFI Cracker, we've got Wifite and Reaver. And with those three items, you'd be surprised because how many people are at home that they have a little 10-year-old kid that wants to get on his brother's iPad, they're going to play their farm games or whatever, Farmville or Facebook, and the password's, I don't know, entry point 121. It's usually one alphanumeric 10-letter thing. So I'd say try a lot of Chiefs and different variances of NFL teams with 4 numbers after it. You'd be amazed. Not that I know. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night.